Hello, brothers. Juan Sepulveda here from the Winding Stairs, broadcasting live because I want to share some exciting news with you about the Winding Stairs. I'm going to take a few minutes because I want to be able to invite some of the other brothers that are on the other group. So bear with me. I'm really thankful for. I'm very thankful for all the time that you spend helping the Winding Stairs share its podcast. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Juan Sepulveda, and I'm the host of the Winding Stairs Freemasonry podcast that has been up since probably 2012. I want to say it's 2012 or 2013. I got to check back my dates on that. My fact checkers. Do I have fact checkers in here? And when I started the Winding Stairs, the focus of it was to help brothers who maybe could not go to lodges often, brothers who maybe had difficulty getting involved in lodge because of their schedules, because of their family and work commitments. And I wanted to put together a podcast in which I would do some studying of my own. So I would research Masonic topics and the practical application of those topics into my life, and then share what I learned with brothers so that they can also get the benefit of, perhaps fighting through all the difficulties of life and becoming a better man. So first I did it mostly for myself so that I could stay involved and so that I could stay doing something Masonic. And to my surprise, it was well received by a lot of brothers. So brothers from all over the world actually got involved in listening to the Winding Stairs, sharing it. And now we have, of course, the Facebook group in which we have close to 19, close to 19,000 members. So it's grown exponentially. And over the years, I've been involved with the Masonic Roundtable. And many of you know me from there. I'm one of the co-hosts of the Masonic Roundtable. But my involvement in the Masonic Roundtable and other different projects kind of became my number one priority. And I, little by little, started producing less and less podcasts. Now, I have a vision for how these Masonic podcast episodes that I create could be. I have a vision for their evolution and how they can grow. Norbert, thank you for joining us live. So I want to be able to materialize that vision and make sure that the Winding Stairs fulfills its ultimate purpose. And I'm implementing some changes in the Winding Stairs that are going to push us in that direction. And I would like for you to be a part of that. So right now I'm live on the Winding Stairs page, and I'm live on the Winding Stairs group. So if you know other brothers that listen to the Winding Stairs and they are curious to know what's happening with the Winding Stairs, what's this big announcement that Juan has, I would love for you to invite them over, send them over so that we can have this conversation together. Now, I see we have brothers. Please say hello in case I don't see you at your comments. I have Leaf from Norway. We have Matt McIntosh, Mike Hambricht. Who else do we have here? Vincent Puma, good to see you, brother. Jeff Black, thank you for joining us. So if you listen to any of the early episodes of the Winding Stairs, you can see how it is a part of my exploration in Masonry for me to go out there and start reading, learning some more about Masonry, and finding resources that could help me become a better man and a better Mason. And my narrative style has evolved over the years, and I feel that I'm finding myself, and I'm finding some creative ways of presenting some of this Masonic education that could have a lasting impression. Trey, thank you for joining us. So I've been creating less and less of these episodes. I took a break of maybe 6 months at one point, and it was just lack of focus. So I made a decision earlier this year, And I said, you know what? The winding stairs is too important to me for me to just neglect it and not do more episodes like this. Thank you, Andrew, for joining us. Christopher, good to see you. So brothers all the time ask me, hey, brother, when are you coming up with new episodes? Like, we miss listening to the show. Do you have anything in store? So brothers kept on asking for it, and I wanted to make more, but I wasn't taking the time and being intentional about it and actually sitting down and recording these episodes. So I made a decision. I decided, you know what? I need to stop making excuses. This is something I love. This is something that is important to me. And I remember having a conversation with Robert Johnson, and he said, people make time for those things that are important to them. And I was like, oh, wow. So that means if I don't make time to make new episodes, it shows that I don't care about the podcast. And I think it's a great medium, and it can have a great impact on brothers. And it's evident whenever I travel and I get to meet people and they say, hey, brother, thank you so much for your podcast. I love what you do with it. So here's my decision, and here's the big announcement. You ready? Let me see some thumbs up, and let me see who's ready to hear what this announcement is. Let me see. Andrew, you love the podcast. Thank you so much for the love. Liam, Jeff, Dustin, thank you so much for joining us from Kentucky. So Brother Tom from Fossil Bluff, thank you so much for the love. So what's this big announcement? You ready for this? I had some graphics, but I don't want to mess up the tech. The Winding Stairs is going to start weekly episodes starting July 1st. So on your Monday morning commute, you're going to have a fresh new episode of The Winding Stairs that I am sure you're going to like. And it's going to be published every Monday morning thereafter. I might change it to Tuesday. I'm looking at the logistics for it, but every week you're going to have a brand new episode of The Winding Stairs. Now, here's the good news. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and I've been trying to record, and I've been trying to do episodes here and there. I had a whole bunch of technical issues that prevented me from editing and publishing some interviews that I created a long time ago, and that kind of took the wind out of my sails. But here's the good news. I already have episodes made all the way up to August. So they're ready. They're just waiting to be published. And I'm super excited about that, because for the first time in this podcast, I've been ahead of the game. I've been ahead of the process. Now, it took a toll on other projects that I've been working on. It was very difficult, but it was very fulfilling. I had this renewed enjoyment for having these conversations and sharing them with brothers. And I want this version or this new evolution of the Winding Stairs to be heavily invested in you. I don't want to make just episodes just to fill out a week here, a week there. I want to actually put episodes out there that are meaningful to you. So for several months now, I've been asking questions on the Winding Stairs group as polls, trying to get a feedback for what's important to you. What are the things that you care about in Masonry? What are the areas in which you need the most help? So that is part of the reason why I have been asking for these things. Now, of course, because I'm going to be spending more dedicated time working in these episodes, there are some aspects of my business that I'm going to have to restructure a bit to open up some room. But in the past, it was just a lack of focus. So I'm excited to share with you that now, starting on July 1st, we're going to have weekly episodes of The Winding Stairs. And I need you to hold me accountable. Ask me, how are the episodes coming? If you have suggestions for episodes, send them over through through the Winding Stairs page. And I'm going to establish mechanisms to make sure that I am constantly listening to you, to make sure that I'm producing something that it's of value to you. Now, I'm going to give exclusive access to some of you to a private Facebook group in which we're going to use that as a brainstorming space so that we can get better information about what kind of episodes you want to hear. So if you ever had an idea of what episodes you want to hear from your Masonic podcast, now you'll have a place in which to have that discussion. Also, we are going to have some behind the scenes footage to share with those brothers that are in that group. So Tyler, thank you for being here. I love that you have some ideas. I know we have brothers that have some really good suggestions. I will be, Jeff, thank you for the question. Yes, we will need some contributors. I have been recording some dialogues with brothers. So, if we can find good topics to talk about, I can bring in a guest host for an episode and we can have a good conversation. I want to highlight some practical aspects of Masonry and practical aspects of the leadership that you find in Masonry. So I'll be reaching out to some of these brothers to find out real life examples of how is your lodge actually raising funds, and share some practical ideas of how to do that, so that brothers that listen, they can actually help implement those in their lodges. We're going to be exploring different ways in which we can revitalize our lodges to actually incorporate Masonic education. You know how passionate I am about that part. So the brothers that are part of this exclusive group, they'll be able to actually go in and share their ideas and capture ideas from other people. And when the episodes come out, then people, brothers from all over the world in different leadership roles, they can be inspired to actually implement those things into the lodge. With the Winding Stairs, we have a rather large platform, and we reach thousands of brothers around the world. And I want to make sure that what we're providing through the Facebook group and through the Winding Stairs podcast is something that is really of value, that people can get inspired, that it can really, really make a difference. Thank you, Roger, for that. I really appreciate. Eric, thank you for joining us. For those of you who just joined us, the big announcement is that the Winding Stairs, I'm working very hard to make sure that we have weekly episodes. And starting on July the 1st, you can expect Monday or Tuesday publication of a new episode. I'll be sharing specifics on what times and what day to actually. The first falls on Monday, so you can expect the first episode to be there on the Monday. I just want to make sure that I'm not conflicting my publishing schedule with some of my other brothers who have other podcasts, so that way you can pace yourself and listen to the podcast that you love and in a time that is predictable. And that's the main goal here, is that you don't go check on your podcast provider and see, let me see if Juan put out some episodes. No. Here, when you go on Tuesday morning, Monday morning, let's say Monday morning, let's just fix it at Monday morning. Monday morning, you go check out for the new episode, and there it is. And on your commute to work or whatever it is that you do, you'll have brand new episodes waiting for you. So here's some of the things that I'm going to have exclusively for the brothers in that group. We'll have that pretty much one-on-one conversation. These brothers, because it's going to be a smaller group. Like right now, for example, and I'll give you an example. We have the Winding Stairs Freemasonry group. We have close to 19,000 brothers in there. You post things in there, the chances of me actually reading it are so minuscule. But in this specific group, that is the support group for the Winding Stairs podcast, it's just going to be a few of us there. So it's not going to be just any random person. It's just going to be an exclusive group of brothers, and some other people that are not brothers, but they're helping in the logistics and making sure that we're pushing this forward. So we can have these meaningful discussions to push this Masonic education as far and wide as we can. So I'm really excited about this. For those of you who just joined us, we have episodes already recorded all the way till August. Let me see, Julio. No, to September. Yeah, so I already have all the episodes that are going to come out. They're already recorded. Some of them are finished with the editing. I'm adding some finishing touches, but it's all ready. So you can expect starting July the 1st, getting some episodes. Now, Paul, thank you so much for that concern. He writes, "Don't burn yourself out. Just be regular." Yeah, and I appreciate that. One thing that we're gonna do is, like, not all the episodes are going to be an hour-long episode requiring a lot of editing. You've heard some of the episodes that I've created. For example, the one I did about the ghost of the hotel. That episode, if you have not listened to that, I invite you to check it out. Go to thewindingstairs.com and search for Red Law Hotel, or in your podcast favorite podcast provider, check for I think it's episode 15 or somewhere around there. That's a very elaborate edit, and I do want to have time to make some of those. I'm excited about making some of those because those are very fulfilling. But there will be some shorter, more palatable, easy to consume episodes. So you may have every now and then a 15-minute episode, but it's going to be pure protein, I intend. So I'm super excited about some of the interviews I've already had, and those are, I have video for many of them. So that's another cool thing. For those of you who don't know, I'm working on a documentary called Roadmap to Freemasonry. It's headed and directed by brother Jake Wood from Pennsylvania. And he has a crew of brothers only who have been putting together this. And I'm the host of the documentary. So we've been traveling, to different states and interviewing a lot of different brothers and past masters and speakers and authors. That's going to be part of the Winding Stairs as well. Andrew, thank you so much. For those of you who want to look for Walter Schroeder's episode on the Winding Stair, it's titled "The Ghost of the Red Law Hotel," and it's episode number 24. I appreciate that, Brother Martins. So I'm really pumped about this, and I hope that you're excited about it too. I'll be publishing more details about how to join that exclusive Facebook group. For those of you who use Discord, I'm going to also have access to a private server on Discord. So that's going to be a direct connection there to me. And I want to be more accessible to these brothers that really want to see the Winding Stairs move forward. Those of you who've supported me throughout the years, I'm definitely grateful for everything that you've done by purchasing my art, by subscribing to the mystery box, subscribing to the different courses that I've had. So I want to make sure that my focus is that in really making a difference through Masonic education on the Winding Stairs. Yes, I am an artist, but I want to make sure that my focus here in the Winding Stairs is to create meaningful Masonic education to help brothers like you in their respective journey. So, Alexander, don't worry. Welcome to the broadcast. I just made an announcement of what's the big deal with the Winding Stairs. We're starting to do weekly episodes. So starting on July the 1st, you can expect a brand new episode every Monday. Every Monday morning, there's going to be an episode right there waiting for you. And just so you know, I already have episodes recorded pretty much all the way to September. So it's happening. Like, this is not wishful thinking. I've been quiet. You probably haven't seen me make much noise in the groups, and you haven't seen any new art for a while, but I've been dedicating a lot of time into making sure that I have these that I'm providing these episodes, and so that you brothers can enjoy them. So I'll be answering some questions. If you have any, put them in the comments section. If you haven't said hello yet and you're watching, let us know where you're watching from. Let us know how you found out about the Winding Stairs. And if you have a favorite episode, I'd love to hear that. Al Leathers, thank you so much for joining us. I'm glad to see you here. Lucas, thank you so much for being a part of this. Thank you, Tom. I really appreciate that. We have a pending conversation. I was talking about you this week, so we need to catch up. James, thank you so much. I appreciate the wishful thinking. I'm really excited about the episodes, and I've recorded episodes in Virginia, in Massachusetts, in Florida, everywhere. I've been a little bit busy getting this done, but I'm pumped. Like, I've been wanting for the longest time to actually have a regular schedule of episodes, because it weighs heavy on me. I want to make sure that, you know, I'm producing something that's it's worth my time, and it's worth everyone's time. So I'm excited that I'm finally getting to it, and I just wanted to let you brothers know first. Thomas, thank you for watching from Boston. He found the group through Scott Sherman and Gene Goldman, two great supporters. Love them both. So Gary, hello from Missouri. Thank you so much for being a part of the Winding Stairs. Right, Tom? So we can't stay still. We got to be making something all the time, and when you're an artist, you're a perfectionist, and you don't make just for the sake of making. It's like you really want to make something that exists only in your mind, and you want to make sure you give it the best shape in the material world as possible. And that's what you can expect. Matthew Apple, thank you so much from Seattle. Nice. I appreciate your support of the podcast. I really appreciate your kind words, brother. Thank you so very much. So that's it. That's the big news. More to come. I'll be sharing details about how you can be part of that Discord group, the private Facebook group. I'm creating a limited edition exclusive artwork for the people that actually support me in this new phase of the Winding Stairs. So you can expect more details about that. We're gonna have some behind the scenes. Sometimes when I do interviews, I have to cut them down so that they can fit the narrative in a particular way. So there are things that are taking out because either time, or perhaps we ramble on a tangent. For the brothers that are part of that support system of the Winding Stairs, you're going to get exclusive access to some of these things. Another cool thing, I forgot about this. For these brothers that are part of that exclusive group of supporters, you may get access to the podcast weeks in advance before it actually publishes to the rest of the listeners. You heard it right. So not only can you count on weekly episodes of the Winding Stairs, but those of you who actually, get behind me and help me push this initiative forward, you'll get access to the podcast episodes and to the unpublished videos, sometimes weeks in advance before they actually go out to the public. So, it's a way that I can say thank you for supporting me and for helping me actually push forward. And thank you so much, Tom. I've been, it doesn't escape me that, I'm very fortunate that I get to do this as often as I do it, that I get to travel and speak about Masonry, and, that I don't get any trouble whenever I'm buying a Masonic book. I can buy as many Masonic books as I want, as long as I read them and I share them with brothers. That's part of what I spend my time on. And it doesn't escape me that I'm very fortunate to be able to do that and to meet new brothers every time I travel. Like, I got a chance this, last weekend to hang out with some of these brothers that are here right now. Like Brother Al Leathers was out there, Brother Matt. Who else is here? A bunch of you. So I feel it's a privilege to be able to do this, and it doesn't escape me. So I want to make sure that I use that in a positive way, that I can spend this time and focus on, improving myself and helping my brothers in their respective journey. So if you just join me last minute, expect a brand new episode on the 1st of July from the Winding Stairs, another one the following Monday, and another one the next Monday after that, and the next Monday after that. And let's see, right now I have episodes all the way up till September. So they're all scheduled for publication, and you'll get those on a weekly basis. If you jump on board and help me out and join the exclusive group that I'm forming to support this initiative, you'll probably get access to the videos and audio weeks in advance before they go out to the public. So thank you again, brothers, for your great support. I'm excited about this. I thank you for sharing in that excitement with me. Again, hold me accountable. Help me push new content, explore new ideas, make sure that we're not just settling in and doing that which is easy, but really, challenge each other to do some excellent. And Bill, the Monday right after that, another episode right after it. So I'm super pumped. Andrew, thank you again for your help. And I love that. Andrew says that he uses the podcast as a powerful supplement to his Masonic education. Like that means the world to me. And I'm creating the things that I wish existed when I joined Masonry. Those of you who know me, that I don't sit idly by. I don't like waiting for other people. So I don't like waiting for people to make stuff for me. I like making things happen. And I know that there's a need for this kind of content. So that's been my focus since 2012. It's to put out things that, are up here in my mind. And I want to make them real, just like Tom does. Tom makes some amazing stuff. If you haven't seen his stuff out, here's a free plug here from Fossil Bluff. Amazing. I thought his name was Fossil Bluff, Brother Fossil Bluff, when we talked that night. So Brother Tom McGuire, amazing craftsman, incredible visionary when it comes to putting together, amazing works of art. So, but I appreciate it, brother. But he can attest, like that's what we do. It's like we want to get these things that we envision, that we imagine, and put them in physical form, and put them out there for brothers to enjoy them as well. And ideally, it's not just something that adorns your walls or your bookshelves. I want to make sure that when I put a podcast out there, when I put a painting out there, when I put a t-shirt, it's something that anytime you see it, I want you to think about the lessons that are hidden behind those symbols. So I want us to have those meaningful conversations that are going to make that difference. Again, I could have said this in 2 minutes, but then again, I can speak a whole ton. But Robert, good seeing you. Vanessa, yes, you missed the big announcement. Weekly episodes of The Winding Stairs starting in July 1st. So I'll give you more details all so that you can know how to subscribe. If you haven't listened to the Winding Stairs podcast, start checking those episodes out now, catching up with them. If you've listened to them all, which I know some of you have, go back and re-listen a few of them so you can get reacquainted with some of those conversations. And I'm excited. Thank you, Brother Norbert. He says that me and the rest of the Masonic Roundtable brothers gave him the final push to join Freemasonry. Awesome. I'm glad. That means the world to me. I have brothers who, they don't have a lot of Masonic education or a lot of, meaningful, not meaningful, but deep conversations when they're out in lodge, and podcast is the respite for that sort of content. So thank you again, brothers. I'll see you every week starting in July 1st, and stay tuned to the Winding Stairs for more details about how to, walk with me and make this happen. So thanks so much, brothers. I'll see you very soon. And until next time, may your steps be firm and your path illuminated as we continue our journey up the winding stairs. Good day, brothers.